elevated talk. Now tuned in to elevated talk.
Peace, 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 and more peace, family. The holidays. The holidays, right? Look, if y'all joining me here, let me know where y'all came from, alright? I wanna see how the algorithm's playing out. I wanna see, I know sometimes, there's not a lot of cross border, you know what I mean? That people don't like to, jump the lines. But if you're coming in from TikTok, let me know. If you're coming in from Instagram, let me know. Y'all seen the title? We're gonna get into it. And when I was doing this live, I figured, I'd have to do a warning for everybody. All right. Why? Because this is like when your parents, when your parents told you that Santa wasn't real. This is like the next level to it. It's finding out that Santa, the whole entire system that created Santa and everything like that really ain't real. It's really just somebody's imagination came up with it and was like, we gonna do this. So we gonna get into why they do it, how it's blocking the spiritual connection. And the reason why I'm making this right now is because as we move through this shift, and I was having a conversation with my pops, and it's talking about, we were talking about how change is gonna, like, the change that needs to happen in this world is gonna have to be our choice. And y'all seen me talk about it on the channel and everything like that. And with that choice, it's like when you're battling your new self that you're trying to create, but the old self still wants to go into old habits, right? Still wants to go into old things, right? Reminisce a bit, that nostalgia, all that type of stuff. And I'm not shaming that, right? Nostalgia can be a very inner healing thing. So don't knock nostalgia, but for this purpose, right? The old self will use those things to try to pull us back into old patterns. And so bringing it to the macro level, these old systems, even the holidays, even, the school system, these old systems are old parts of this paradigm that we must shift out of to collectively choose this new world, right? And before, because, I know, the games may be played, right? So before we get too deep into this, I want to make sure y'all can hear me. Let me just test it out here. I'm gonna go mute real quick. Make sure y'all can hear me. Hold up. All right, bet. Y'all can hear me. Y'all might have to turn it all the way up though. It may be this mic. If the OGs know, this mic been with us since day one. So it's been through. We done travel places. We don't went places. So I just want to make sure it's still beating. Definitely an equipment upgrade is coming soon. But all right, getting into this lore, right? And like I said in the beginning, this is warning. This is like the equivalent to your mom and dad telling you that Santa wasn't real when you were a kid. So I'm just putting that out there. If you don't want it, now's your time to get up on out of here. All right. So I'm looking at my notes because I put some deep ponder into these notes. But for real though, shout out to you. Shout out to everybody watching this video right now. One thing that I came up with in my recent videos, and just as I've been sitting in this winter energy and just really feeling it, and noticing the strength and the courage that it's taken to face these uncomfortability these uncomfortabilities that are arising in my experience, I felt just called to like really put this out there for like everybody that's watching this, and whether you see me on TikTok, Instagram, all that type of stuff, just like the statement, the mission, right, is move to impact and inspire deeper realization within self, but within all beings. And in the past videos I've stated, it can happen in a variety of ways. But why I chose this phrase is because a lot of the things, and we're going to get into fear and how it plays, a lot of the times the lack of knowledge keeps us afraid of taking steps. The lack of knowledge keeps us afraid of moving, of being in the unknown. And that's really, the winter is just, it's taking you there, right? So when we can drop fearing these things by letting that knowledge be that light that's and oh shit, right, we ain't lose it if we can if we can let knowledge be that light that comes in and is allowing us to illuminate that fear, right? Allowing us to illuminate that fear by adding knowledge. So that's the reason behind the statement. So let's get into it. All right, Christmas. All right. Now I'm gonna keep it very. I'm gonna keep it very like surface level, cause there's lore behind this. There is lore behind this, and I could try to pick every lock and key. We ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna keep it very, very simple. All right. I do encourage you watching this video right now, this live right now, that you dive and do your own rabbit hole into some lore. All right. But I'm gonna keep it very simple. So, how the holidays are designed to block your spiritual connection. All right, let's get into this. Christmas. Where does Christmas come from? Right? You see, you can see this throughout our experience, right? Where they then purposely fabricate history, right? So that we don't see the truth. And it happens with holidays, it happens with our own history and things like that. But in regards to Christmas, what happened is that Christmas started way back in the age of the paganisms, right? And the way they celebrated it, it had some dark origins to it. But as times evolved and people didn't want to give up their old paradigms, right? What happened is the system we know now, what they did was they took it and just slapped a nice cover on it, added religion to it, right? And then they added some Christmas songs, some Christmas movies, a nice story of the avatar known as Jesus, right? And told us that this is Christmas. This is what Christmas looks like, right? To go buy gifts because three men came and gave gifts, right? So they simply took festivities, right, that had very dark origins, slapped a nicely covered program painting in front of it, and then told us this is a major holiday of the human culture. But like the history that they fabricate, what it does is it gets us looking at the world from a very surface level centered way, right? You see, the people who have built this system, right, You can call them lizards. You can call them they. You can call them them. You could say they're in BlackRock. You can say they're in this, they're in that. Right? Those people, they have knowledge. They know the wisdom. Right? They reading the same books that can help one elevate, create their reality, and things like that. But what has happened is they have chosen to use it for malintent. They have chosen for them to come together, right, and cast a spell over our minds. How, right? You like, oh, he talking blasphemy. What this brother talking about, right? Look at it. When Christmas comes around, and when I say this, we have to understand that the United States is a business. It's a business. That's why we have a. I ain't even gonna get into that lore. It's a business, and we the people are the employees, the product. We the people are the employees and the product, right? And so any business who is is trying to be profitable gonna throw some deals, gonna throw some big festivities to get everybody engaged, to get everybody go buying things because they were told to go buy them, right? And so bringing it. All right, so I'm trying to. All right, we finna see if we can cook up a nice allegory here. All right, because I have some spiritual lore, but we in the physical lore right now, right? So it's a business, right? It's a business. It's a business. I'm trying to. Oh, we was cooking, chat. We was cooking, chat. We was cooking. Chat, we was cooking. Oh, okay, let me look at my notes. Chat, we was cooking, bro. We was cooking. Chat, we was cooking, bro. The train of thought, man. The train of thought. Chat, we was cooking. All right, so we were talking about how they have used this, like they slapped a nice cover in front of it, then used it as a programmed way for us to go spend money, right? But what we have failed to see so far is the fact that these holidays come from much darker origins, and they're now being used to keep us in a programmed reality from these beings who have chosen to use the occult wisdom to cast a spell on our mind. And they're doing that with these holidays, because back in when the pagans celebrated their holiday, right? I ain't gonna say the names. I ain't gonna, like I said, do your due diligence if you really want the deeper lore, right? It came. I can't remember if it said on the winter solstice or after the winter solstice, right? But right around that winter solstice energy, when the spiritual veil would be very thin, right? And so for me, I feel like once we enter winter, the spiritual veil is a bit thinner than when we're in the other cycles. And then on top of that, you couple this with this shift that we're going through right now. And the energies of the spiritual realm are very high during these times. And that's basically just saying there is a lot of access to light and information during these times that can help bring light to that fear. And that's why we're seeing things arise the way we're seeing things arise, because that's bringing knowledge, that's bringing awareness, that's bringing light. So during the winter, when you think about it, there are two of the biggest gluttonous holidays on all levels, on the material plane, right? What you eating, how much you spending. I was watching a video and people literally open lines of credit to buy presents for their kids. All because we've been programmed to think that this holiday is about what they told us it's supposed to be about. And it gets us so caught up in this material realm that we are not seeing the true essence behind this. And it's going right over our heads because we got the McDonald's down the street, because we got the Target, right, to go get our gifts, because we got the iPhones, right? We got all these luxuries. We got all these conveniences. Our ancestors didn't have a bit of nothing compared to what we got now, right? Yet the programmings have got us using these gifts of technology, these gifts of being able to drive down the road and be able to get food, right? But the programming's got us using it to destroy ourselves, to destroy our mindset, to destroy our inner temple. Because it tastes good. Because you get that dopamine rush. You're opening the presents. Oh my God, it's exactly what I wanted, Mom. Now I love you because you got what I want. But if you didn't get what I want, I would have so much resentment. Like there's families that go through that, bro. Right? This materialism, bro. This materialism. Get you all pent up and resenting your own mother who birthed you because you didn't get the toy that you wanted. It's these games that have been played on our mind for so long. Slapped a nice cover on it and said, hey, this is for y'all. This is for the people. I take a pause because what came to my mind was just the people in Sudan, the people in Uganda. And it's like, you see, when the media uses their platform to show these things, they use it to deploy fear, because all they show right now is just crazy ass things happening right now. But it's not to disregard what is happening around the world. And why I mention it is because it's really time for us to broaden our scope. For us to see the beauty. Like, if you're watching this right now, you're blessed to even have a piece of technology. Because we don't know the struggles that happened to just make this phone. Right? And so why I say that is because the media will show these things only to inflict fear, to inflict this struggle mindset, to inflict this destructive mindset. And it'll get us, right? Not being able to move past struggle, not being able to move past fear, right? And so now we're in a time where we have to see these things and accept that we played a role in it. The consumerism, the amount of consumerism, and like I said, it's a business. So the United States know people want to buy shit. So they got to keep up the supply, right? So this is what I mean when I say it's going to be a collective choice, bro. Because if we can do our part on our side, like Congo, yes, I think it was Congo, because I got mixed up if it was Sudan. I believe Congo, and I saw two things this week, bro. I saw two things this week. Congo is suing Apple. Congo is suing Apple, right? So, and then on top of that, I forgot what part of Africa it was, but there was a young president who, and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna post these on my Instagram. So if you're watching this, follow me on Instagram. I believe it. I wanted no, I don't want to say the name. I know it was Africa. There was a young African president who became president, kicked out the European miners that was in his country, and restored the gold, like, back to his people. Why I bring this up is because, bro, the other part of the hemisphere, they doing their job. So now it's time for us to do our part of the job, right? Which is lessen the consumerism, right? But I ain't gonna go too deep into that, Lord. That's my New Year setup, right? It's my New Year setup, campaigns and shit. But seriously, like, we have to recognize our part that we're playing in this. But to connect it to the spiritual and the programming side, we have to recognize the root of this consumerism. And that's from being told that that's how we have to live, right? That's from being told that that's how we have to live. So we have to be willing to broaden our scope so that we can start to see from that higher perspective. Which is why here on the channel we've talked about nothing but connecting with our higher perspective. Nothing but connecting with our ancestors. Because like I said in the very beginning. No, real talk, I love you. If you watching this video, you're amazing, bro. You're amazing. Just like remember that. Like when you walking down the street, but just be like, damn, I'm amazing, bro. You gotta remind yourself, right? But like I said in the beginning of the video live, whatever you're watching this, right? They have fabricated, bro. Fabricated history. So that in our minds, we only see weak, suffering, and struggling. But something I found out this week, and shout out to the brother 19 Keys, and I plan to dive deeper into this lore. Something I found out this week is right during the era of Martin Luther King, the Civil Rights Movement, there was a brother named the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. Deep apologies if I'm messing that up, for real. Right? And he had a whole economic system. The Nation of Islam. That's where this lore is coming from, the Nation of Islam. Right? And I was watching that video and it was really clicking how all of this is connected, bro. And this is why I titled it what I titled it. Been like, not only the holidays, but just the programming in general has been blocking us from our spiritual connection, from our ancestral strength, right? They had a whole economic system. They had Nation of Islam. Believe there was some car washes. There was a barbershop. They had a whole facility, right? Gas stations. This is what happens when you and me, watching this video right now, remember who the fuck we are. We are beings of light, bro. We have within us the DNA of the powerful Kemites, our OG ancestors, our cosmic ancestors. This is information. Yet, we want to give it up for a fucking Chick-fil-A sandwich, for some chemicals. We want to, oh my goodness. We want to this new world will be our choice. It will be our choice. But it starts when we're willing to give up the old paradigm. To bring this full circle, I know it's the holidays, right? And by no means am I making this video to tell you to become like the Grinch and be all bitter and sour. I've been enjoying the lovely conversations with my family and all the different perspectives that come with being in the holidays. And I was talking to my sister and my dad, and we were talking about I'm actually I ain't even gonna go into that lore. We were having a beautiful conversation. And it got to where we were talking about just what we're talking about now, the programming, and how my sister said something. She was like, you can't blame somebody if they don't know, right? But once they know, now they have to accept responsibility. So that, and then it goes to the saying, ignorance is bliss, because you don't know what you don't know. But once you start to see, and you start tapping in consciously, then it becomes a choice. Are you going to keep on running away from your power, from change? Or are you going to be willing to face the things that are necessary for this evolution? So it's been sweet. It was sweet not knowing, right? And this is coming from personal experience. It was sweet not knowing. Just playing a video game all day. No hate playing a video game. I'm probably going to end up playing the video games this week. No lie. Right? But, it was sweet. It was in bliss. Right? But once you start to know, you have a choice, bro. And it's what you do with that choice. And so, like I said in the beginning, bro, it's like these beings have the same wisdom that we have. They've just used it to pimp us. They have the same wisdom, same occult knowledge, same powerful tools of creation, same mind, same 24 hours. They may be able to access different realms and shit, right? Because they chose to tap in. But it's how they use what they found when they start to tap in. So, if they can, bro, like really think, and I'm going to end it here, bro. For real. If they can come together, and I tell you right now, it's less of them than there is of us. I tell you that right now, bro. It's less of them than there is of us. So if they can tap in and find a way to create a whole entire system that pimps one of the most powerful beings in the entire cosmos, what do you think we can do if we chose to tap in and create something? That's my gift to y'all. Ponder on that. If you're new here, my name is Mark Anthony. This is Elevated Talk. And welcome to the Cosmic Show. Much peace, much wisdom. Stay mindful, be mindful, rock your crystals, engage in conversation, right? Observe, okay? There's going to be a lot of energies out there. But just remember your power. Remember your power. And look, if you looking to get a nice gift for your family, right? Instead of Christmas movies, check out the Chakra course down below, all right? If you're looking for your family to tap in so y'all can, heal y'all cycles together, which is a very powerful thing, right? A very powerful thing. You know what? And I think I just got a video idea, so y'all stay tuned. But that's my lore. I ain't gonna rant too much on. Damn.